Do I regret Citlali? If I'm being honest, no, not at all. This character is actually very, very good for basically all pyro DPS characters. I think the only one I'm unsure of is Lenny, and I had Lenny mains telling me in the comments that they wanted her, so apparently she is usable. I don't know. But personally for me, for gaming, Diluc, Hu Tao, Arlecchino, Mavuika, all those characters, basically all of the pyro DPSs except Joymia, right? Because she just gets too many buffs, you know. So basically, Citlali's here. She gives you 20% Res Shred along with Melts. And Melts, just if you're on a plunge team, and Hu Tao doesn't really work his charge attack, she has to be plunge. But if you're on a plunge team, this is pretty good. Also, Hu Tao, there is an asterisk behind her being better because Hu Tao doing a charge attack would definitely mess up the Melts. So, yeah, that's important to note. But if you just do plunge attacks, Citlali does crazy for Hu Tao, I'm being honest. Same thing with Diluc. Diluc works amazingly with Citlali. And then also with gaming, I mean, the dude just, he vapes he melts every single hit. So, yeah, there's no issues. There's actually just no issues. Gaming just works that good with her. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, this character is really strong. Listen, this character is really strong. I am making this video calling this character really strong. Look at my elemental mastery. Can you guys guess what I'm running on this character? Oh, just level 0 artifacts. Oh, yeah. Yep. Just level 0 artifacts. That shows how strong she is. Because I could build her and get some damage on her, right? I could get some damage off of this and, you know, getting some more elemental mastery for this, right? Get some crit rate on her. But no, I'm running her on level 0 instructors because that's how crazy she can be. She can support with 120 elemental mastery, 20% res shred, and then also with a shield, right? If you just don't even go with crit build, right? And then you could even toss in, instead of 120 elemental mastery, 40% damage bonus. However, I use shielding basically on all my teams nowadays, so it's just like I automatically have the 40% damage bonus, and I'm not going to use Petra on shielding because that's just suffering. Shielding wants to be used at the beginning of the rotation. That's one thing. Citlali doesn't want to be used at the beginning of the rotation, so putting Cinder on her kind of feels like a waste if I'm being honest. Like, I feel like Citlali needs a new artifact set because Cinder doesn't really, like, it works with her obviously, but like it works a little too well in the fact that she gives 20-second buffs at the end of a rotation. It's kind of iffy. I don't really like that. I'd rather have, you know, the 20-second buffs at the beginning of the rotation, so that way we can focus on, you know, artifact sets that give less duration buffs, so that way the DPS can get the, you know, buffs the most, right? So Citlali is really just a good support character, if I'm being honest. Like, oh yeah, and also 48% attack. I forgot about that. It's all just like C0, R1, R0, right? You can have technically, her C1 would be what I would add to her, because you take away 48% attack for her weapon isn't really as strong as you would think, right? It's good, but it's not like, you know, getting C1 good, right? The C1 seems to be a bigger buff than that, because what you can have is the C1 along with the 48% attack, which really makes her insane. Her constellations, by the way, her first 2 constellations are utterly insane for the Pyro Archon and any Pyro DPS she interacts with. 250 elemental mastery. Just like that. That 250 elemental mastery. That's what she gets. And then she also decreases the Pyro and Hydro res by another 20%, which, you know, let's talk about it. She doesn't really support Hydro characters right now. There's not really many Hydro characters that want freeze at all, and there's just not really much to do with that. I don't really see why they gave her Hydro res. I mean, if you put Hydro and her on the same team, you mess up with your melts and vapes, and you don't get either, right? It's not really that great. So I don't really get why she decreases Hydro res. I imagine what we're going to see is that another, you know, Hydro DPS or sub DPS may release that, you know, works on Mavuika's team maybe, or something along the lines of like just a Hydro character that deals damage that would benefit from that a lot. Possibly is what we're going to see for a team. I don't know. It'll certainly be interesting to see who may end up being that Hydro character, because right now people ask me, oh, should I run her on Bulani? No. Should I run her on Nevi? No. Like, those are the 2 Hydro DPSs that, you know, people come to mind is like, oh yeah, should I run her on this? No. All she's giving is some shield and 20% res shred, which you could easily get with Shieldin or Kazuha. It's just like, this character is nowhere near, like, you know, a Hydro support, I feel like. I feel like she has this great part of her other kit where she's like buffing these power characters, and then you look at the Hydro characters and like there's always a better option for the Hydro characters, which I'm thinking we might see a Hydro character that would want freeze, right? Because all they have to simply do is make Kinich but for freeze. That's it. That's all they have to do. If they make Kanich but for free, Citlali becomes like the best teammate, if I'm being honest. Where is he? So Kanich is a character who's massively like, you need this up, basically. You need to be burning or Burngeon for this to work at all. Like, you need, for him to do a rotation, you need to be burning, all right? So basically, for a character to be doing a rotation, get Night Soul, you know, you need to be using, you know, the Hydro stuff. And then, you know, they'll apply with Hydro or something. I don't know. But yeah, overall, I would say Citlali's great. Now, she does also have another character she buffs, which is Chasca. Which Chasca, honestly, it's not as big of a buff as a lot of people make it out to be. I feel like I don't get my melts or anything, basically, once I have Citlali going. And it's just like, well, yeah, she overall increased all of the damage numbers. But, like, I don't get any melts or anything with that. Citlali overall, like, increased the damage numbers for Pyro and Hydro. But, like, if they vaped and they melted, then it would have been way better for Chasca. Or like, they would have done a lot more damage. Like, I was hitting, like, 170,000 when I vaped or melt. But because Citlali applying Cryo, it messes with her reactions. And, honestly, Chasca doesn't really get many reactions. Now, do I think that's worse? Maybe not. Because one big thing about Chasca is that as soon as you go into multiple targets, she's not doing reactions. That's the issue. That was a main issue that I had with Chasca. She would go against multiple targets, lose all of her reactions, and you would lose a lot of your damage. However, Citlali now, she just goes ahead and, you know, gives you a damage bonus no matter what, right? So these shots that Chasca's firing on multiple enemies don't need to react anymore, which overall I think is better, but I think a lot of people are overselling how good Citlali is for Chasca. Now, also important to know, Chasca has 17,000 HP. Why? Why? 19,000. Okay, 16,000. That's pretty bad. 19,000 with 20% res shred, and, you know, we're not res shred, but res. And then also Risley, 18,000. You know, okay, I'm really, bro, what? What are the base? Okay, hold on. Here we go. Okay, base HP, 12,000. You want to know what Chasca has? Base HP, 9,000. Bruh, what is this? There. Okay, so the total HP. I just have a lot of HP artifacts on Chasca, apparently. Okay, great. I love that. Love how having a lot of HP percent on Chasca. But yeah, this character has a low HP. It is incredibly low. Dang, I have a lot of HP percent. That's like 50% HP percent. Chasca certainly has low HP, to say the least. 9,000 base HP. Like, I don't think I've seen a lower 5-star base HP, if I'm being honest. I don't think I have. Maybe Senyun. Hold on. Senyun. 10,000. Yeah. So, that's one thing. Chasca, also, really finicky. She's been hit out of the air. That is another thing. What does Citlali do? My mouse, I think, is dying. My mouse. Okay, what does she do? What does Citlali do? Well, she provides a shield that, you know, helps Chasca out quite a bit. So yeah, overall, I think she's an increase for Chasca, but I think people are definitely overselling the amount of increase, because I really feel like you got a lot of damage in single target out of reactions, and then, you know, now the damage increase is there, but like, it's not huge and it's not really that great. I was like complimenting people on having EM on their Chasca before Citlali, and I think nowadays I'm just gonna have to say, like, don't get EM for, you know, Chasca. Like, 135 is actually bad now. I don't want EM. I'd rather have like attack percent or something, because to me, EM isn't really helping me anymore. And, you know, the instructor set would then probably go over to Cinder and stuff, because you don't want Shilonen on Chasca's team. So yeah, that's all I have to really say with Citlali. She's a great character. She works with a lot of characters, and basically, yeah, she just is really, really good. Overall, I would give her... There is a argument to make her S tier. There is. Because she works with basically every Pyro DPS. There is an argument for it. I wouldn't put her there, I don't think. But really, really strong support character. Overall, there's no argument to say that she's weak or bad or anything. I don't think. I don't think you can, because it's just like... Because you simply put her on the team, and the character does better than they do on Vape. So, yeah. That's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy. If you really enjoyed, feel free to become a member. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.